stormy night at the G-Tech Community Stadium was never a good omen for league leaders Arsenal. The Gunners arrived with a clear mission: win and respond to Manchester City's show of force. Instead, they left with a psychological scar. A cruel draw, individual mistakes, and wasteful finishing turned Arsenal into their own worst enemy, lighting a fire in a title race that has suddenly become far more intense at this delicate stage of the season. As mentioned, even before Arsenal set foot in West London, they had already taken a punch from afar. At the Etihad, Pep Guardiola's Manchester City ruthlessly dismantled Fulham with a clinical 3-0 victory. The gap at the top was cut to just 3 points. The heat from the blue half of Manchester was suddenly burning the necks of Mikel Arteta and his players. That pressure felt like an invisible boulder weighing down Arsenal's legs. They knew that in this head-to-head title race, even the smallest mistake would be paid for with the hard-earned advantages they had built. And the Gunners' preparation for the trip to the G-Tech was far from ideal. Bad news arrived when Kai Havertz suffered a muscle injury and was ruled out. In Arteta's system, Havertz may not be the most glamorous star, but he is a vital cog connecting Arsenal's play. His absence, combined with Gabriel Jesus still lacking full fitness, forced Arteta into rotation and reliance on alternative options. This disruption inevitably created ripples in a machine that had previously been running smoothly. On the opposite side, Brentford were anything but welcoming hosts. They had just returned home after impressive away wins against Aston Villa and Newcastle. Thomas Frank's men were full of confidence. The G-Tech Community Stadium, with its tight stands and hostile atmosphere, has long been a graveyard for big teams. From the opening whistle, Arsenal's discomfort was obvious. Under the London rain, the visitors played as if their legs were weighed down with lead. The usual confidence disappeared, replaced by hesitation, particularly in defense, which had been their strongest foundation in recent matches. David Raya, a goalkeeper in fine form, suddenly became a source of anxiety. As early as the second minute, Gabriel Magalhaes played a careless back pass that gifted Brentford a corner. It was the first warning sign. In the 8th minute, Raya again sent shockwaves through the Arsenal support when Gabriel's back pass slipped under his boot. The Spanish keeper had to desperately turn and clear the ball off the line at the last moment. Such sloppy moments have no place in a title-challenging side. They revealed a team gripped by nerves. The more Arsenal feared mistakes, the more mistakes followed. Brentford sensed that fear. They did not dominate possession, but every forward movement carried danger. In the 22nd minute, a trademark long throw was launched into the box. The ball was flicked on, allowing Thiago to power a header towards the bottom corner, only for Raya to redeem himself with a stunning reflex save. Throughout the first half, Arsenal controlled the ball but lacked penetration. Attacks down the left involving Trossard and Gyökeres were repeatedly neutralized by Brentford's defense. Marshaled by Adja, the game became fragmented by fouls and yellow cards. Vitaly Janelt was booked for pulling back Gyökeres, while Gabriel saw yellow for a late tackle. When the first half ended goalless, it was Brentford who felt the greater sense of regret. The second half saw a transformed Arsenal. Arteta's words in the dressing room clearly had an effect. The Gunners returned with greater urgency, speed, and directness, pinning Brentford deep in their own half. Martin Ødegaard stepped up to dictate the tempo and produce incisive passes. In the 61st minute, the breakthrough arrived through Noni Madueke. Piero Hincapié surged forward down the left and delivered a curling cross into the box. Madueke, not known for his aerial prowess, rose above his marker and guided a perfectly placed header into the far corner. The ball wasn't struck with power, but the trajectory was flawless. Kevin Callagher was caught off balance and could only watch as it hit the net. 1-0 to Arsenal. The away end erupted. Sunlight briefly pierced the grey London rain. Arsenal had found the key to unlock the door to victory. Buoyed by the opener, Arsenal pushed for a killer second goal. In the 67th minute, Ødegaard won the ball from Jensen and fed Droy, who laid it off for Trossard, only for Thiago to intervene at the crucial moment. The most painful miss came moments later when Ødegaard found space after a clever layoff from Trossard. It was his favoured position, his preferred angle, yet the captain blazed over the bar. His grimace of frustration felt ominous. Football's harsh rule is simple: waste chances, and you will pay. Brentford, under Thomas Frank, may lack flair, but they possess a deadly weapon: chaos. They know how to turn the penalty area into a battlefield where technique and structure collapse under physicality and aerial bombardment. After falling behind, Brentford abandoned short passing. They funneled the ball wide, launching crosses and long throws into Arsenal's box. And inevitably, the equaliser arrived. In the 71st minute, another long throw was hurled into the area. Van Zen won the initial aerial duel. Flicking the ball on, Lewis Porter ghosted in from behind and powered a header from 6 meters out. The ball flying like a bullet past Raya. 1-1, the G-Tech community erupted. A classic Brentford goal, simple, direct, and brutal. From Arsenal's perspective, it was a goal born of lost concentration. Their zonal marking collapsed under sustained aerial pressure. Raya, the hero of the first half, was helpless this time. 3 consecutive clean sheets were wiped out at the worst possible moment. The equaliser didn't just cost Arsenal 2 points, it shattered the confidence they had just rediscovered. From a position of control, they were suddenly chasing the game in a frantic and risky finale. The misery didn't end there. Just 1 minute after conceding, Ødegaard went down in pain following a collision with Lewis Porter. The Arsenal captain clutched his knee, his face twisted in agony, requiring medical attention. Thankfully for the Gunners, he was able to continue. The final minutes descended into chaos. Arsenal threw on Martinelli and Calafiori in search of a winner. Both sides had half chances in stoppage time, but wasteful finishing and excellent goalkeeping ensured the score remained 1-1. The final whistle felt like relief, but also the beginning of fresh anxiety for North London. On the touchline, Arteta stood motionless, deep in thought. Several Arsenal players collapsed to the turf, visibly dissatisfied. Almost instantly, social media erupted. Disappointment dominated the mood among Gunners fans. One bitter comment read, "Same old script, take the lead. Miss chances to kill the game. Then concede from a stupid set piece. You can't win a title by gifting points like this." A neutral observer argued that Brentford deserved their point, having ruthlessly exploited Arsenal's weaknesses. Raya, they noted, produced moments of brilliance but also heart-stopping errors. Another fan mocked Arsenal, saying they were now checking their rear-view mirror and seeing Erling Haaland charging at light speed. Pressure either creates diamonds or bursts pipes. And Arsenal appeared to be leaking. Still, some voices urged calm. A point away at Brentford is not a disaster. Arsenal remain top of the table. Ødegaard's injury did not appear serious. The road is long, and Arsenal will respond. These reactions perfectly capture the current emotional state, fear of past collapses returning, mixed with forced optimism. The 1-1 draw at Brentford was undeniably damaging, with Manchester City accelerating. Dropping points against a lower table side, even away from home, felt like shedding vital armor. Arsenal showed 2 faces, a nervous, hesitant first half, and an improved second half lacking ruthlessness. Madueke's goal was a highlight, but defending set pieces and maintaining focus in decisive moments remain fatal flaws. More worrying than the result itself are the personnel issues. Ødegaard's knock, combined with Havertz's absence, presents fresh headaches for Arteta. The Premier League title race is officially reignited, partly through the brilliance of the chasers, partly through the stumbles of the leaders. Manchester City smell blood, Arsenal are wounded, the points gap remains, but the psychological advantage has shifted. The question now is familiar: will Arsenal begin to slide as in seasons past? Or will this stumble at the G-Tech community serve as a cold wake-up call, especially with another tough away trip to Wolves looming?